Welcome back. This is Cotail again for another War of Rights event. Hope you all had a good week. Starting off for the first events of the weekend is the United European Community BC Friday event. First map today we have is a skirmish map. It is Bolivar Heights Camp, which is off of the the Harpers Ferry map pack. For a server population, looks like we're just under 290, so pretty full server. On the CSA team, which is the attacker for this map, we have 143. USA is at 146. Taking a look at the attacking team, starting with their arty. Looks like you have Jeff Davis, battery, under Lieutenant Fork, has 2 guns. Let's take a look at their infantry. Alright, so we have AGL under Quartermaster Sergeant Juicy, along with Sergeant Dark. Looks like 2 formations for them. For 56 Virginia, we have Captain Slaughter. For CQB, we have Colonel Doug. For GC 22nd Virginia, we have James Joker. 3rd Alabama, we have Captain Williamson. We have 12th Virginia under Captain Flores. 20th Georgia, we have Colonel Jumbo. And A and V, we have Colonel Killer. If that is all. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Looks like a couple HD guys are going to go along with A and V. Let's take a look at the Union team. They will be attacking up here. Starting out with their arty. So we have 1 gun under Captain Surflex from LFL. They have a 2nd gun. They do. Looks like JD has 2 gunners. I believe it is under Lieutenant Colonel Tobias, but I could be wrong there. So it looks like 3 guns for the Union. For their infantry, we have 52nd New York under O'Keefe. We have Colonel Weber under the 20th New York from GC. You have 2 corps. Looks like it's 2 lines for 2 corps. 1 is under two corps under Captain Thragorn. You have LFL under Colonel Famas. You have SB under Major Venom. You have 8 Florida under Captain Fritz. And we have 6 New York under Lieutenant Parker. Did I miss anybody? It's GC. It's LFL. I don't believe so. If I did, I apologize. I believe SR is in here as well, but I'm not sure where they're at. So, I know Targray's got a couple guys in as well. Alright, so we are now live at 40 as the CSA moves to attack. Looks like they have opted to go for the woods approach. So they are sending all their men up along here while the arty is starting to put off some independent fire. Oops, some pretty good shots by the CSA arty. Union was not there yet, though, but we've got it ranged in pretty well. You have some Union up here to tangle with the CSA as they approach, and it's going to be the NYV along with the 8th Florida that's going to come and meet them. I always have trouble getting good views in the woods, though. I will do my best to try to get some good views. Hopefully they are visible to you guys. Also, I've been getting a lot of good feedback, what you guys are liking, what you guys want me to improve on, so appreciate that. If you continue to let me know, so I continue to get better and give you guys a better product. And opening engagement here, Fritz has gotten into already into a bit of a sandwich here. Parker's trying to move on the flank to try to help him, but he's already in a box. Here's Parker trying to deal with A and B, but he's taking a lot of fire too. You can already see that the 8th Florida's had to move out. They've already been knocked out, and so has 6 New York. So an early engagement for the CSA. Just weighted numbers. They were able to knock out those 2 Union regiments early. So initial engagement for the CSA is a success. So now the Union has set up a new defensive line just beyond these tents here. as you see the remnants of that initial engagement coming back to reform here. That is with GC, I should say 20th New York now. GC is on both teams. And 52nd, this new defensive line here. And they are also joined by JDL, who I was missing earlier. I apologize for that, JDL. So it looks like the CSA is starting to get in line here. They are still massed together on one big formation. The Union is still spread out. That might cause trouble for the Union here unless they start doing some maneuvers. As you saw with the weighted numbers with that previous engagement, the whole team against 1 or 2 regiments ends fairly quickly. Let's see how the Union does in these initial engagements here. You can already see 8th Florida has already started to reform their unit.
Actually, I'm going to be very specific with this one.
CSA has started a good flank maneuver. And who is this? It is A&V has come up on the Union flank here. He is now putting some heavy fire into the Union. They've seen it, but they are now caught in a crossfire. Now, despite that maneuver here, Killer is taking some pretty heavy losses, but he has whittled down the CSA pretty significantly, and that has allowed a really significant movement by the rest of the CSA team here. You got Slaughter here, and then infiltrating even further to wipe out the Union Arty, Stirred Alabama, under Williamson. I think I missed him earlier. Apologize. They have overrun this Union Arty position. But there is a line waiting for him, and it is Major Venom on the 51st. See that CSA already trying to put in some fire. But SB has halted that advance by the CSA, so good maneuver there by CSA has held up Williamson. Let's take a look at the rest of this fight. So the rest of that team, though, AGL, along with 56, was able to maneuver onto the Union flank here. And with that base of fire they established earlier, that entire force has had to fall back. So even though the Union has kind of halted the bleeding here, this one side, the CSA now continues to advance and put the Union further and further into a box. Union is maneuvering. Here comes LFL. He's going to try to maneuver down the fence here and get some shots off. Difficulty about this maneuver, though, is you have, as you can see, a long way to retreat, while the guys you're shooting at over here can easily maneuver back into the tents. So, down here we got the Parker and Fritz team holding down this right flank here. Taking some good volley fire.
Jesus.
From Captain Slaughter in the 56. And Killer has reformed his men after that initial maneuver, and now he is maneuvering again. And Parker has had to, and Fritz have had to pull their guys back and give further ground. And Killer's going to move right on up and try to occupy it. Got Weber here from the 20th. Trying to hold down some fire, but he's got multiple elements now he's engaging. He's been able to hold so far, and that has allowed a new line of defense here. 52nd, 6th New York along these rocks here, and they are supported by 2 Corps in the rear. Defending point is LFL, still holding down this left side well as Major Venom. We have a flanking force by the CSA. Let's see who this is. So 12th Virginia, who are the skirmishers right now, have moved up on the Union flank here, trying to put some fire down on the Union element as they come up, as the reinforcements come up from spawn. They do have a force coming to intercept them, and it's JDL. He's going to try to put down some flanking fire on them. You got the skirmishers fighting the skirmishers right now on this Union right.
Yeah.
And GC has gotten reinforcements to reform. See right now, I think 12th is doing a good job. You can see that some of NYB is shooting down at these skirmisher elements here, while the main elements here are not being aimed at. So skirmishers doing a good job of distracting the main line right now. CSA being very deliberate in their attack so far. Right now, looking at tickets, Union is already almost at taken losses, while CSA still has plenty of tickets, and they are doing an attack. AGL is going down the center, while CQB under Doug is trying to put some more pressure on the Union right here to distract them. Let's see how this attack goes here for the AGL. How far are they going to take it in? They've been spotted. And here comes the attack. AGL has won this initial engagement. But here comes Venom. He has reacted to plug the center and aid and prevent them from getting a flanking attack on the Union here on the right. But that has opened up the left side. We'll see if the CSA tries to exploit it. Looks like the CSA is now starting to move up, but SB has finished the job, and now they are moving back to their previous position. So the window has closed. But the CSA is still up on tickets. You can hear them now. You know, getting the EEs going as the Union has fallen down to engaged at the 30-minute mark. Take a look at some of these volleys. We got A and B alongside 20th Georgia. GC is in the mix. 56 is in the mix, so a lot of units all piled up here. Continuing their base of fire. We have some maneuvering going on. A and B is making a maneuver. We also have 8th Florida back here trying to find a flank. Looks like they have, as they engage with Killer and his guys. We're also trying to find a flank on this Union right. Looks like Fritz and his boys got the better of that engagement. A and V is going to have to fall back to their center position. While that was going on, though, I missed this. There was a charge by Doug from the CQB along with 3rd Alabama under Williamson. This team is putting some heavy pressure now on the Union left. But that attack was not able to push through. Commanders are pulling back a bit. They are ahead on tickets by quite a lot, so as long as they continue putting pressure, no reason not to pull back when the engagement's not going your way, and just continue poking. This side we got... Alright, interesting. So the CSA has brought up their battery. So now Lieutenant Fork from the CSA has captured the Union battery up here and is going to turn their guns on the Union. Already see AGL over here. Commander, who is this? Sergeant Dark is also up here. So now the Union is going to face party fire on this side of the field. We've got 2 Corps laying down a base of fire. There goes that already. I didn't see the effects on that one. Up above 2 Corps, we do have LFL doing some sneak and peek volleys, rotating in and out with SB here. Union still has arty of its own, though. 2 Corps, Colonel Tiberius, still putting out some fire as well. Looks like this side has stabilized quite a bit. LFL is still holding down the center here. Looks like GC has also moved into the center, kind of shoring up their defensive lines. And then on the right side, we still have Keefe in the 52nd. Then Parker with the 6th New York watching this right side. Then on the far right, 8th Florida here is watching this far right side, trying to get some shots on the CSA as they come up. We do have 20th Georgia, who's now moved up here. Let's see how they do. They don't have too many troops, though, so they are likely going to have to fall back here momentarily. Further support here. Here comes the 22nd Virginia under James Joker. They are going to mess around now with Fritz and his 8th Florida guys. Nice shots there for those guys in the open. Oh, those were his buddies, though. Oh, one of them was a team kill. Sort of telling his guys to get down, trying to use the defilade a bit. See his line on the left there, that regiment's what's left of A and V is taking some pretty heavy fire. A and V / HD, I should say. It's both units are combined today. Keeping an eye on the right side to see if I see any attacks. Here comes Williams, though. He came up to a support 56. Right now, we basically got a line battle. Yeah, CSA was able to push up pretty far. The Union has stabilized the defensive line here, and they are in a pretty good mutually supporting position. Had those units in the center, shifting left and right as needed. Alright, so looks like we do have movement up here. Here comes Doug. He's going to try to poke again. Done a pretty good job using that cover. But right now, they do have quite an advantage on tickets, so they can be a little bit aggressive here and afford to poke and take some losses. Oh, Colonel Doug got in. He got hit. So 20th is redeploying here, watching the left side. We do have a Union flanking force. Here comes 2 Corps. They have managed to catch CQB from the other side of the berm, I should say, excuse me. So a nice maneuver there by 2 Corps. And they have now, how much combat power do they have left? Not much. They were able to wipe out CQB though. And they have enabled the Union, if they want to push up a little bit more, or at the very least, take some pressure off the Union force for a while. So CQB is going to have to reform their forces. They did get their flag back here, so that was Sergeant Epic Boozy. He was able to get the flag back, so good job on him. And the CSA Arty is still in position, so the Union still hasn't dealt with that problem yet. So I'd say a partially successful charge there by 2 Corps. Captain Thragon, so good maneuver by him. Let's take a look at LFL here in the center. Using the can't think today. Using the cover to good effect. I'll leave it at that. Asons, there we go. You have the CSA did move a unit up here. It is A and V has transferred from the left side to the right side for them. Putting some additional pressure on the Union. Oh, monkey, don't go that way. No, no, no. And the CSA has just hit engage, but the Union is almost at taking losses. We got 21-40 left in the match. And these guys are taking some risks, getting forward, doing some poking, and they're losing guys, but they have the tickets for it. The Union does not, so makes a lot of sense to me. And here we go. We got a charge here, though, by 56, charging into the 20th New York. 52nd did countercharge. Let's see how this ends. Looks like the Union is going to get the better of this attack. They have, again, done some damage. And this right side is now looking a lot weaker than it did previously. We do have some JDL skirmishers out here. As we see, we got the CSA now doing some wide flanking maneuvers. We got 12th VA, and looks like SR is with 12th VA, so that answers my earlier question. And then you got GC, James Joker, also off here on the extreme CSA left. And they are tangling right now. Here it looks like 8th Florida here is still holding down this position here, and then you got JDL a little bit more center. And we got, looks like AGL is moving out. Looks like do we have an attack going on up here? Alright, A and V has now switched from that cover over to this cover. Looks like 2 Corps is going to try another flanking maneuver. I'm going to do to A and V what they did to CQB. Looks like they are succeeding. They have pulled their maneuver off twice. Jeff Davis is putting down a arty shot to try to give some time for their friendlies to get back. Alright, now this time though, what is different this time is SB has followed up that attack, and they're going to try to retake this arty position. So that is different from the previous one. So what's good about this is if you kill the arty, they're going to have to reform all the way, either at infantry spawn or arty spawn. So it's a long walk for them to get back. So, and then SB is not going to get out there and extend it. They are calling for their men to fall back. LFL was also in that charge as well, not just SB. Both LFL and SB took part in that charge. So good maneuver there by the Union. Take some pressure off of them and buy some much-needed time. Meanwhile, CQB has rotated this side, and they are punching into this now weakened left Union side, while they continue to push up on this far left flank of the CSA. Looks like they pushed 8th Florida back. Yeah, now 8th Florida has been pushed all the way back here, close to Union spawn. So they can still poke at the CSA, but they got a much better position now to maneuver on the flank of the Union up by Maine. And that looks like that's what 12th VA is looking to do, along with Slaughter in the 56.
Company, right, road, please.
Looks like the Union's coming up for another charge. This side, and it is LFL. So now the Union taking a much more forward position than they had previously. We've got AGL on the opposite side of the burn. We have SB here doing the base of fire. And we have LFL coming up all the way here under Colonel Kamas. But he's running into a CSA unit over here. And it is Killer with the A and B, along with Williamson, 3rd Alabama. So this is interesting. Do you try to just buy time and hang back and preserve tickets, or do you try to knock out the CSA and continue to force them to waste time coming up this damn hill? So looks like the Union has opted for a bit of the latter option right now. We'll see how this works. Looks like A and V is pulling off. Going to leave 3rd Alabama here for some covering fire. CQB still doing some pop volleys, coming up, shooting from the back. On this far left side, you have the 12th VA has moved up pretty far. They now have good flanking fire on the Union. And here, holding down this back door, 52nd, 6th New York, the whole game have been holding this down, making sure they don't get outflanked here. Union doesn't want to do is do a big fight in melee for this main point here, so Colonel Weber still is kind of a flex force going back and forth as needed. So it looks like LFL has fallen back a bit. This has 2 corps. Now it looks like the CSA is... Still have some arty here, but it looks like their infantry is now massing on this left side. Looks like they're going to try to do a push on this left side here, which has been weakened up quite a lot. We got CQB still putting down some volley fire. Union is maneuvering down here, so Parker's trying to get a better angle. Blanket fire. Looks like the CSA is starting to move up. That might just be a flag recovery operation, actually, now I'm looking at it. Parker's got a good angle on him. So that flag operation ending up costing the CSA that unit there. A good maneuver there by Parker. Alright, 14:52 left in the match. CSA about halfway down on a gauge, so plenty of tickets left, but not too much time. Union not taking losses, about halfway down. Still a bit of time though, so see how this match goes. Now Parker's going to start maneuvering up here. Looks like Fritz is with him as well. Going to try to knock out this combined CSA element here. Buy the Union some more time. So you got the main attention here with this base of fire. Weber and his guys right there. You got the 2 maneuver elements down here. Parker and Florida trying to knock out the CSA. And it looks like that maneuver succeeded. CSA is going to have to fall back here and reorganize. So good maneuver here by the forces of the Union here on that on their right flank. We have another mass though here. The CSA right Union left. You have a crew here that's very forward. I don't. This is a risky decision. These are some pretty valuable tickets. See if they can get the shot off. I think it landed just shy. I didn't see too much blood from that. So very happy and lucky 56 Virginia there. That already shot was just off. That could have been devastating. And we still have this pretty concentrated defense by the Union. Although they do poke out when they need to. We've seen that by 2 Corps coming up this berm, and we've seen that by 8th and 6th New York on this right side, and some other units as well. LFL, SB down here. So, you know, a tight fist, and then when they see an opportunity, they've been attacking. So I've been very impressed with this Union defense so far. Let's see how the CSA though, I would say, is still winning this engagement. They do have to kind of force the issue a bit now on their time, but at the moment they are above. Now we see AGL here poking up a little bit. Got some good volleys in, CQB as well. Looks like that already shot one a little bit high. So the Union has now pushed up pretty far on this on their right side and have forced the CSA basically all the way back here. You got 12th Virginia along with 22nd Virginia all the way back here, practically by the woods. You do have Killer here watching the back door, but a very advanced position now by the Union. Looks like they are trading, pushing up their formation as far as they can to buy more time. CSA has a pretty strong fist here, but so far the Union is holding it down. And the Union is going forward here. Here comes 8th Florida. They're going to try to knock out A and B. They are taking fire from 12th VA though in this position. But here comes Parker. He's going to try to exploit. That was not Parker, that was O'Keefe. I apologize, 52nd New York. That was you, that was not NYV. Alright, and now Fritz is calling for his men to fall back. Uh-oh. There's 5 tickets there. They get them. And they got them. 5 more tickets. On this backside, looks like JDL still just poking around here as skirmishers, trying to distract some units on the flank here, but looks like they don't have too many customers. GC moving back up. Let's take a look at, looks like we got the right side is still heavy fire coming in. And now we've had, who is this? 3rd AL has moved on the opposite side of the berm to angle with, I believe it's 2 Corps. It is 2 Corps. Some pressure on this opposite berm as well. They are close to breaking. 9-10 left in the match. CSA, plenty of tickets. Got a full morale state before they even hit breaking. These little Rambos here, they cost you dearly if they get killed. It's 5 tickets each time they do. I don't think it's a lot, it adds up quick. We do have one element out here charging in. It is the German Corps. Tried to find the flank here, but they kind of got stuck. And 6th New York looks like they took care of it. Wow, 52nd, Major Mr. O'Keefe there held down the base of fire. So, tried to be a sneak maneuver there by 22nd, but did not succeed this time. Still got a pretty strong element here in the center. Looks like Kill's going to try to go down the center, sneak through. There's a couple of Union down here. Let's see if we can manage to sneak through it.
All the way, all the way, all the way.
All the way, he says. Yeah, you don't want to be out here, guys. That's.
Run.
He's charging in. CQB putting down a line of fire. And here comes Killer. And the A and V slamming into 20th New York. So at this point, the rest of the CSA team has not moved off. They did not, so the rest of the CSA team did not exploit that attack by A and V. Right side is still holding strong. Now they're attacking. A little bit delayed. We'll see if it's enough though. Yep, here comes Slaughter with the 56 trying to get his guys in there. Union is at breaking. CSA has been kind of stuck on this corner now. They are taking heavy fire from the SB, along with LFL here. This is going to be a hard position to maintain. And they have figured that out, and they are pulling back. And the Union still controls this right side here. So now only 6:16 left in the match. The CSA is going to have to figure out where they want to attack next. They have most of their combat power on this right side. In fact, I don't see anything on the left side now. It has all moved. This CSA right side here. Got several units coming in. Here comes Jumbo with the 20th. Going down. The now undefended Berm is Williamson. Let's see if he can catch the SB in a flanking attack. Good shot by the CSA already there. Looks like a pretty good maneuver by Williamson. Unfortunately, again, looks like it's been relatively unsupported. Although here comes James Joker from the 22nd. He's going to try to exploit. He is coming up and over the berm. Now it looks like the CSA is moving up a bit. 20 is poking their heads in. And GC has exploited, and he is pushing towards the Union guns. He's going to run into two corner who's trying to defend it. They still control this left side here, although it looks like they are getting knocked back. You have the Union now putting a base of fire. Parker and 8th floor and Fritz here now have a base of fire into the CSA flank. So, and right now there's nothing here to stop them from doing so. So 3rd Alabama, GC still have that breach that they've created here as a bridgehead. 22 VA is moving up to try to support them, as is Killer, who's coming up through this little gap here. He's going to come up on the Union flank, and if they can, they might be able to get behind the Union line here. Kind of squeeze them from the opposite side. Yep, so using that berm for cover, kind of squeezing the Union now more and more into a box. Union is at breaking about a third of the way down. CSA still has plenty of tickets. They haven't even hit breaking yet. But we do have, interesting, so we got an attack by the Union being aggressive here. Fritz and Parker have tried to turn the CSA flank here. They have now positioned themselves behind the CSA line here, and they can intercept any reinforcements that come up, or try to hit the CSA in the rear and wipe them out. He's got two options here. See what they decide to do. You're trying to hold on here as best they can. 52nd, here's O'Keefe trying to hold down the center line here. I'll be honest, I think it's going to come down to what Fritz and Parker decide they want to do. I'm not sure what the right answer is, though, to be honest with you. If you go in for a charge and you fail and you're on last stand, you know, didn't work out here. But if you don't and they just continue to squeeze you here, then you're on last stand either way. I don't know. CSA has now spotted it. Here comes Doug, who's going to try to deal with it. He might have forced the issue. 8th Florida charging in. So good aggressive maneuver there by Doug. He saw a problem. He tried to deal with it. He is wiped out now. The Union is committed to a charge down this lane. Can they get behind CSA enough to wipe them? Here they come in. CSA did have some time to get some reinforcements, though. Looks like that Union attack is breaking down, and that will likely push them into last stand. So a really good maneuver there by Doug in the CQB. Even though he got wiped, he kind of forced the issue. And now Union is on last stand. And while that was going on, we did have another attack coming in here by the CSA, who's going to try to finish it now. Charging in on point. Not charging in, but just pressing forward. They have now taken this position right here. They will start capping as they are. Now the Union is going to have to try to push them off of this very defensible position, which will not be easy, especially when most of their combat power is now. Even though those guys died before last stand, they were all the way down the hill. That means they're probably going to have to come up here without shots to get into the fight. And the CSA bringing up reinforcements. Slaughter has joined in now. Here comes SB. He's going to try to push him off. Try to cut off those reinforcements, keep those flags down. You get those flags down, the rest of the troops that are coming in have to come in from Maine. And it looks like they are succeeding. 2 Corps joining in as well. Got another fight, though, going on over here as Jumbo holding off. And the Union has held it off. So a good final defense there by the Union. The CSA might have had it at the end there, but the Union was just too stubborn. And that final charge there by 2 Corps and what's the other unit? Just watch it, I can't remember. It was 2 Corps and another unit, and I apologize. Whoever did that last charge there on that Union left side, disrupting the CSA spawns and pushing them off point, was able to do it just enough, along with the units holding on the other side to win the match for the Union. So a tough fight. Oh no, let me watch. Don't just restart. Ah! Admins. Anyway, that's all for the first match. See y'all for the next one.